I'm Maura Joyce reporting for Maroon TV News. I'm at the Joe and Rika Mansueto Library for a tour of the automated storage retrieval system.
This is our library automated storage and retrieval system. We store our books in high density storage, which means they go into these 2-foot by 4-foot metal bins. And so as the books get loaded into the system, every book gets put into a size category. And so the books get measured by their height, and we have 3 different heights of bins in the system. There are 10-inch books, 12-inch books, and 15-inch books. And then they get 2 different width categories. So we actually have bins that are 3 different sections for books that are less than 8-inch wide, or if they're longer than 8-inch wide, they only get stored in 2 sections. Every book, as it's loaded into the system, we scan the barcode, and that tells the system what size category it goes in, and then which bin I'm actually putting it into. Once those books are stored and all those barcodes are loaded, the system knows where those books live. So when somebody wants to recall one of these books, they go into our library catalog, and there'll be a little button next to it that says Request from Mansueto Libray. Once you enter your CNET ID and password, that'll send a message to the servers that run the 5 cranes down in the basement of Mansueto, and it'll tell that crane to go pick up the bin that has the book that you requested. What will happen is it'll go and pick the bin out of our automated storage and retrieval system like this, and it'll take it and it'll move it into an elevator shaft that's at the top middle of the aisle that'll actually bring it upstairs into the first floor behind the circulation desk, where one of our library staff members will retrieve it. So we have space for 3.5 million volumes down here, and so when we originally designed this in 2006, the thought was that it would give us growth until about 2030. So we are currently at, I believe, about 1.2 million actual physical volumes, but then we also store some university archives and other special collections materials down here. And so it's probably about half full at this point, and we have growth for another 15 years or so.
Also, I've noticed it's really chilly down here. Is that for a reason? Like, do the books have to be stored at a certain temperature, or is that for the machine work, or?
So we keep the books at 60 degrees and 30% relative humidity. That's good long-term storage for the book. Usually the cooler and the more dry that it is, the better. One of the reasons they actually built this building underground is it's easier to control the temperature and humidity by having these books be underground. One of the difficulties of having an open book stacks is that because you have to keep it comfortable for people, it's not good for the long-term preservation of the books to actually have those temperature and humidity shifts that you get as people move in and out of the space. So this is very good for the long-term preservation of our books.
Do you have any stories about technical issues or other problems with the machines?
I'll tell one of the library's dirty little secrets. So when we built this building, one of the things that unfortunately we didn't really fully think through was the fact that the lights above the aisles are 50 feet up, and the only way to get to them is to actually go to the very top of the cranes, which means as light bulbs burnt out, we had an issue where we couldn't actually get up there to replace them. So we actually had to have the company Dematic come out for us and replace some of the light fixtures up at the top with longer lasting fixtures that they could actually get to and replace. Other than that, though, we have not had any major technical issues with the system, and we've been very happy with it.
Check out the library's website for tour dates and more information about Mansueto. I'm Maura Joyce signing off for Maroon TV News.